Okay.
Does that, the totality of the contents of that folder are media, either media releases or newspaper or internet reporting of your release?
And a memorandum from the release from Chris Mazzella, the IG.
So,
Chris Mazzella.
so it's a memorandum releasing the media statement,
That's correct.
correct? The media statement, correct?
Correct.
And prints out from the Miami Herald or other news.
Right. It's an attachment.
Okay. I'm going to hand you what I'm identifying as Respondent's Exhibit number 26. Is what appears to be your folder labeled Arrest Affidavit, AFFA-DAVIT dash, and contains a number of documents. I'm going to hand it up to you in a minute. One is a warrant, an arrest warrant printout. The next is an affidavit in support of the arrest warrant, consisting of 10 pages. The next is another form that purports to be an amended warrant. The next is the affidavit in support of the arrest warrant, again consisting of 10 pages. And then there's a sheet labeled Motion to Correct Scrivener's Error on Warrant and Order Correcting Scrivener's Error on Warrant and capias. Are you familiar with those documents?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to look at those affidavits were executed by you, correct? There's two copies of the same
There's
affidavit?
2 copies of the same affidavit.
Okay. And those were executed by you,
Yes.
under oath,
Yes.
before a judge?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to look at the second copy. Now, in the second copy of that affidavit, there appears to be notations, written notations on the sides of the affidavit. You see those?
I do.
Were those notations made before or after the arrest warrant was issued?
After.
And those notations consist of corrections to your affidavit?
That's correct.
And did you make the judge aware of those corrections at any time?
I've made the state attorney aware, who is going to make the judge aware.
But you didn't make the judge aware?
Not personally, no.
And you don't know if the state attorney made the judge aware
At
of
this
those
point,
corrections?
No.
Now, the motion to correct the Scrivener's error had nothing to do with the corrections that you made to your affidavit subsequent to the issuance of the warrant, correct?
That's correct.
And in fact, that correction, that motion and subsequent correction had to do with the designation of the statute cited.
Initially, one of the charges was a first degree because the amount was incorrect. And that's what the Scrivener error changed.
Mr. Ivey, when you walked outside and Mr. Scott requested a bathroom break, you recall that time period?
Yes, I do.
And instead of going to the bathroom, you all walked outside. You and Mr. Scott walked outside, correct?
That's correct.
And eventually you were joined by Mr. Lapiano, correct?
As we came back in, yes.
Okay. And in fact, I happened to walk outside in another matter and saw you speaking to Mr. Scott, correct?
Yes.
And my question was whether Mr. Scott indicated to you how you should answer factually any of the questions posed to you.
No.
And whether the conversation you had with him dealt with your factual testimony here today.
No.
was unrelated to this case?
That's correct.